Hello everyone. I'm going to be making some albondigas again, especially for my grandbabies. Well, my bigger kids too. Anyways, I'm going to make I'm going to make this recipe just a little bit different. It's going to be high protein and low carb and with no gluten in it. Unless you want to add some gluten, you can add some noodles if you'd like. So here it goes. Okay. So first and foremost, wash your hands. It's the first thing we do. You want to wash your hands. Okay. Now, I have my pot here, and I've made a vegetable stock. And hold on. Okay, I made a vegetable stock, and what I made it out of was some carrots. I've been munching on this one. So carrots, some celery, some onions, some nice onions, you know, you can find at your local grocery store. We have a Sprouts. I found a Sprouts. I'm in love with Sprouts. Nice people, nice environment, and it's clean, and at least the one that I've been to, and it's kind of neat to have a local grocery store that's good on prices, and I need that. So, and we all could use that, right? Okay, and so I put in some bell peppers as well. So I put in a whole bell pepper. Oh, this is about, I don't know, I'd probably say about a couple quarts, and I just allow it. I brought it to a high boil. And this would be called I guess a blonde stock. And usually with your stocks, you want to you want to put them in the oven. You want to roast them with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and then you roast them. But not this time. I bypass all the oils because I figure that there's enough oils in the meat. So what I'm doing is going to put my strainer in. And this is heating up, so, and then I'm going to take and this is my mother's, my mom's pot, one of her favorite pots. Since it was just her, be careful so you don't get steam burn, which I've done plenty of times. So it was just her and my father, so she cooked for a little bit, you know, before, you know, she cooked for a lot of people. But now, you know, well, rest in peace, Mom, but she would use this pot a lot, and I love it. So I'm going to go ahead. I got a little bit of steam burn there. And just rinse it off with some cool water, and you'll be fine. Okay. All right, so we're going to bring that up to a nice boil. I'm not going to need that much, so I'm going to scoop some of it out. So I'm going to scoop about half of that. So you can add water as you after I cover up the stock, take it off, you know, let it boil, and then bring it down to a simmer. Let it your vegetable stock simmer for about, I'd say bring it down after you bring it to a high boil. Then you bring it down immediately, and you make a nice, you bring it down to a simmer, almost a simmer, and you allow it to cook for about 30 to 45 minutes. And then you have a nice, clear vegetable stock. Can you see that? See how nice that is? It's like nice vegetable clear stock. Okay? And that's like kind of cool. Alrighty. And then I'm going to allow that to boil, and then in the meantime I'm going to take my vegetables, and found this at which I was really happy, even happier when they're grown in our farmlands, because we want to support our farmlands, right? Yeah, we do. So we want to support all farmlands. So I should say. Okay, I'm going to slice this up. Okay, just slice it up. Okay, And then I'd say that's about what, a couple cups. And that's going to be my cabbage. And the reason why I'm enjoying the cabbage is because it's a really nice cleanser. And if you're on a special diet, it's really good for you. There's a lot of health benefits in the cabbage. Cover it up. Then I'm going to take my zucchini squash and I'm going to dice it up and I'm going to add it because I want to put plenty of vegetables in there. And you can make this a vegan if you like. So I'm having like double dose of veggies by making a vegetable stock and by making adding some more vegetables to it. So and it has all the flavors. You don't want to toss this out. I wouldn't toss this out. You could also, if you want, this could be a great filler. You put it in a bag, it put it in the freezer, and use it as a filler for, like, if you want to make some vegetarian burgers, or, I mean, I wouldn't toss it out. Why waste food, right? So in my meat, I put in 1 egg. It's ground chicken, and that's about 1 pound. And 1 egg. I put in about a half a cup of cilantro because I love cilantro. I sauteed separately. I sauteed onions. If you want to put some garlic, I'm going to put some garlic in there. I ran out of garlic, so I'm going to put some powdered garlic in there. Granulated garlic, that is. And so I put in some onions, some carrots. If you want to add some more bell pepper, you can. I did. If you want to put some jalapeno peppers, you can too as well. I mean, I don't see why not. And then onions, and then I sauteed it with a little bit of grapeseed oil and a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And then I added, after it cooled down, I added it into the meat, and I added a little bit of herb de Provence, maybe about a half a teaspoon, and then maybe a teaspoon of 21 seasoning. It has a lot of seasonings in there. A little bit of smoked paprika, I'd say like a pinch, about 1/8 of a teaspoon, and a little bit of ground pepper, maybe a half a teaspoon, or you could use less. Now I'm going to go ahead and get some of my granulated. Sometimes, you know, I keep this just in case I run out. It's not going to give that nice, it smells good, the garlic. It's not going to give that nice flavor that you really want. And and I put some, because the onions, or spring onions, are still in here in season. I put a couple spring onions, and let me show you what a spring onion looks like. This, my friend, is a spring onion. It's a little bit wilted now, but it's still good, and I love it. It's nice and fresh. It's the green onion that got a bulb. Ended up getting big, so. I'm thinking a lot of things that I could do with this. Grind it up, put it through a sieve, make some gazpacho. But there's actually no flavor because all the nutrients went into the stock. So I would keep it as a filler. I mean, it's not really tasty. But then there's no salt. But it's still good. It's like something you'd find in your soup. But this is a really nice, easy soup that anybody can make. That you can make. It's simple. It's delicious. It's yummy. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to that. Just a little. Because I want to season it up. This is going to be one of my blender recipes. That's about a half teaspoon of salt. You could use kosher salt if you'd like. And then I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, just a little bit. Probably a little less than a half a teaspoon of pepper. Cover it up. Stir it a little bit. But it's food. As long as you're giving your body what it needs. Healthy, nutritious food. You're all good. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and it looks like it's coming to a boil. Let it simmer. And then basically, like I showed you in the other videos, just take your little portions. You want to oil your hands, you can. You've got to be careful not to cross-contaminate. You know, you don't want salmonella on your bottle. And if you accidentally get it on there, rinse it off. Wipe it off right away. Okay. Okay, that's coming to a boil. And then, because this isn't going to take very long to cook, and then you just take your round balls like this. Oh, yeah. First of all, we're going to oil our hands, right? Take our round balls like this. And you just gently put them in there. Healthy, low carb, got all the vegetables in there that you need. All the veggies that you need are in there. And just put them in as quickly as you can because you want them all to cook the same. It's called checking out. Ay, ay, ay. So, take that. And I make them nice and big. Why not? They're just funner. And at this point, if you want to, I'll just use that and make. And you want them to be consistent in size. I probably have some that are a little bit bigger than I could have made an extra one, but it's okay. There's a hot spot, so I'm going to turn it around so that the bigger ones can cook faster than the other ones. My hot spot's on this side. Know your hot spot on your stove. So that's my hot spot. I'm going to go ahead and tilt the lid. So it can cook faster. It's so good. And Mama used to say, don't waste anything. So I'm going to just scrape out some. Why not? Just throw it in there. Boop, right in the middle. I'll be done before the others. So you just let that boil for a while. I mean, you just bring it to a simmer. It's boiling now. I'm going to bring it to simmer. Let it cook for about a good 15. I would give it a good time to cook. So, and then you'll have a beautiful albondiga soup. I'll show you what it looks like in the next video. And I know it's summer, but it's light. It's delicious. If you want to add some farfalloni to that or any kind of noodle, you can add it previously. As you put in the vegetables, you can add it then, but you want it al dente. Sometimes it doesn't work out because they're going to get super soft. And then you go ahead and you add your albondigas in there so you can so they can cook evenly. Everything can cook. Okay, I'll see you next time. All right, bye.